I call to order this meeting of the Knox County Commission for Monday, May 22nd, 2023. Seated to my right is Vice Chairman Terry Hill and Law Director Moyers. Seated to my left is Ms. Kim Ellis with the Knox County Clerk's Office. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Lundy.
Here.
Commissioner Darrett.
Here.
Commissioner Oster.
Here.
Commissioner Ward. Commissioner Schoonmaker.
Here.
Commissioner Hill. Commissioner Lee. Commissioner Beeler. Commissioner Daly. Commissioner Jay. Commissioner Frazier. We have 10 members present.
We do have a quorum. Commissioner Beeler is on our agenda to do our devotional for this evening. He regrets that he is unable to be here. At this time, he is on his way now to the meeting and has sent me a devotional to read on his behalf. As commissioners, each of us represents more than 50,000 constituents. While we try our best to be aware and attentive to the needs of our citizens, it is not possible for us to know how many of them may be hurting, grieving, or dealing with great personal loss. At this time, I invite my colleagues and those in attendance to join in a moment of silence to remember those who may have lost a loved one during these recent days and weeks, and pray peace and comfort for them and those close to them. Thank you. I will now look to Commissioner Ward to lead us in tonight's pledge.
Please stand, remove any covers, salute the flag, and pledge. I pledge allegiance.
Thank you, Commissioner Ward. We are now to our amendments to the agenda. We have the following additions: items 17, 25, 46, 47, and 53. Deferrals, items 55, 56, 65, and 66. Withdrawals, items 48, 57, 75, and 76. And our non-consent items, 51, 52, 54, 58, and 59. Is there a motion to set the agenda?
So moved.
Motion to set the agenda by Commissioner Frazier with a second by Commissioner Hill. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Our agenda is set. The chair will now entertain a motion to approve the education and general government consent calendars. Motion to approve our consent calendars by Commissioner Daly with a second by Commissioner Frazier. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Item number 49, presentation to introduce the new Public Safety Director, Brent Seymour.
I see Director Holden is approaching the podium.
Jenny Holden, 400 West Main Street. Thank you, Madam Chair. I appreciate the opportunity to introduce one of my newest team members, the director of our Public Safety Division, Brent Seymour. He's right there. Brent he retired as an assistant chief from the Knoxville Fire Department after 27 years of service. He is an Air Force veteran and is one of only 3 fire professionals here in the city and county that has completed the National Fire Academy's Executive Fire Officer Program. We are thrilled to have him here in his new position here in the county. He's overseeing our Homeland Security programs as well as our fire and rescue programs. The mayor's office has asked our department to provide you all an update on a quarterly basis on our fire and rescue programs, and Brent's going to be doing that, and he's going to start in July, so we wanted to give you all an opportunity to meet him tonight. He's been here for about 2 months, so I feel like it's safe enough now to let y'all meet him. With no further ado, this is Brent Seymour.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm humbled and blessed to have the opportunity to have the position. It really wasn't something I thought I'd get selected for. I'm 33 years in the business, all of it right here in Knox County. I interviewed to ask a lot of questions because we'd never had a public safety director in Knox County. In 3 decades, I've been answering emergency calls anyway, so I was really surprised when Jenny called me. And she may have been surprised that I was on the #1 person on the list. Wouldn't surprise me. But again, I'm humbled. I feel blessed to be a part of this from the ground up, and I look forward to working with each of you in the future.
Thank you so much. Commissioner Jay?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Welcome to the team. Could you go into a little bit more detail about your role and responsibilities? And we kind of got a big picture, but since it's essentially a new position, and we're trying to, who do you report to, and what are your objectives right out of the gate?
Sure. So from a public safety aspect, of course, I report to Jenny. I'm under the direction of community development. Really, the Public Safety Office is going to do some coordination for the fire and rescue services inside Knox County. The biggest thing is making sure our fire and rescue services are sustainable long after our careers are over. Small incremental changes now can mean 20 years from now, our agencies are still able to provide the high level of service they do. And believe it or not, those agency leaders are also concerned is a little bit of a strong word, but they want to know that the county wants to ensure that they're sustainable as well.
Does that include EMS as well?
Well, I am not part of the EMS bid. Obviously, EMS is something that we also need to ensure is sustainable. I hope to be in conversations when that progresses a little further after some of the consulting and the contracting is released.
We're eminently heading that direction. So
Yeah, and I think so. Unfortunately, the EMS issue is a nationwide problem. We see it locally, obviously, because we're exposed to it every day. But we are not unique with the problems that are ongoing in the EMS system. Our primary concern is fire and rescue services. And like I said, we want to ensure that they're sustainable. And believe it or not, those agency leaders are also, like I said, concerned as well to ensure that they're a viable resource. As you guys mentioned on the last meeting, we're growing. We've got a housing shortage, and we have people moving into the community. So I don't foresee those requests for those services decreasing. I've never seen emergency service requests decrease over the decades. So, and again, we just need to look at ways to ensure that we're doing what's right and what's best for the citizen at the least amount of money. And I think that's really our #1 priority once we get started.
thank you.
All right. Seeing no more lights on, welcome, and we are happy that you're here.
Yeah,
Thank you. Oh, we do not have any public forum, anyone signed up for public forum for agenda items, so that moves us to our next.
Approval of minutes of the previous meeting.
Is there a motion? Second. I'll second that. Motion to approve minutes of the previous meeting by Commissioner Daly with a second by Commissioner Durrett. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Madam Clerk, next item.
Drives and roads, acceptance of new county roads. A is Crimson Tree Lane in Cameron Park, District 4. B, Ancient Glacier Lane in Snowmass, Phase 2A, District 7. C is Dupree Road. D is Donahue Lane. They're both located in Wells Creek, District 9.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Frazier with a second by Commissioner Jay. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Line item transfers, total amount of $411,313.45.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Jay with a second by Commissioner Schoonmaker. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Madam Clerk.
Budget amendments, total amount of $826,909.01.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Jay with a second by Commissioner Schoonmaker. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Madam Clerk.
Notary applications, 234.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve 234 notary applications for the month of May by Commissioner Jay with a second by Commissioner Frazier. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Madam Clerk, next item.
Spread of record, Knox County Mayor's acceptance of Gene Lawson's resignation from the Knox County Board of Equalization and appointment of Bill Keeler to complete the unfulfilled term of Gene Lawson as a member of the Board of Equalization pursuant to Tennessee Code annotated subsection 67-1-401B, which term expires April 30th, 2024.
It's just spread of record. Spread of record. That's okay. Yes, ma'am.
Item number 54, Resolution 110 is appointing Laura Fleming, a citizen member with benefits administration experience, and Darren Welch, a citizen member with financial management experience, to the Knox County Health Insurance Appeal Board.
Is there a motion on this item?
Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Hill with a second by Commissioner Frazier. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed? That motion carries.
Item number 58, ordinance O-23-4-101, is to amend the Knox County Code, Chapter 10, Article 1, in general, Article 2, 2018 International Building Code, IBC, Section 10-32 amendments, Article 3, 2018 International Residential Code, IRC, Section 10.10-57 amendments, Article 5, 2018 International Property Maintenance Code, IPMC, Section 10-92 amendments, and Chapter 30, Article 3, 2018 Life Safety Code, LSC, Section 30-57 amendments, and to repeal and replace Chapter 30, Article 2, 2018 International Fire Code, IFC, Section 30-32 amendments, with revisions to comply with Tennessee State Fire Marshal's Office standards. This amends Ordinance O-18-10-101, adopted November 19, 2018, and establishing Section 10-2, previously reserved. Second reading.
Is there a motion on this item?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Daly with a second by Commissioner Schoonmaker. Commissioner Daly, your light is on.
Thank you. Mr. Snowden, nod your head yes or no. This takes care of the tire ordinance, right? Or you can come up.
Mr. Snowden.
It does. The comments that we've worked with in solid waste are incorporated into the fire chapter, or pardon me, the tire chapter of the International Fire Code.
Thank you, sir. Just making sure.
Any more discussion on this item? Seeing none, The motion on the floor is to approve by Commissioner Daley with a second by Commissioner Schoonmaker. Since this is an ordinance, it does require a roll call vote. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Lundy,
Aye.
Commissioner Darrett,
Aye.
Commissioner Oster, Commissioner Ward, Commissioner Schoonmaker, Commissioner Hill, Commissioner Lee, Commissioner Beeler is out, Commissioner Daley, Commissioner Jay, Commissioner Frazier.
10 ayes, no nays. That ordinance passes. Madam Clerk, next item.
Item 59, ordinance O-23-4-102 is amending the Knox County Code, Chapter 54, Roads and Bridges, by adding a new Article 5 to provide for county enforcement of Planning Commission conditions regarding road improvements imposed on subdivision approvals. This amends Knox County Code, Chapter 54, establishing Article 5 previously reserved, second reading.
Is there
Second.
a motion to approve by Commissioner Schoonmaker with a second by Commissioner Frazier? Any discussion? Seeing none, this too requires a roll call vote. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Darrett,
Aye.
Commissioner Oster, Commissioner Ward, Commissioner Schoonmaker, Commissioner Hill, Commissioner Lee, Commissioner Beeler is out, Commissioner Daley, Commissioner Jay, Commissioner Frazier, Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
10 ayes. That motion also carries. Brings us to public forum open topics. Mr. Calvin DeBrell is here to speak to us. Mr. DeBrell, if you would please approach the podium. You have 5 minutes and state your name and county of residence for the record.
It's Calvin DeBrell, 5201 Holston Drive. I'm in Knox County. I want to make you aware of a couple of emails that I've generated to Assistant United States Attorney William Roach in regards to David Henderson. Judge Jill E. McCook is now looking at doctors' mental evaluations for David Henderson being able to stand trial. Judge Sword, Green, Sanchez, Judge Hickson is now in the appeals court. These are all judges who have heard cases presented by David Henderson, and now he is with dementia. My email to United States Attorney General Roach, I went to his office, he wasn't available. A follow-up on my visit to your office yesterday, your doctor did a great job cutting through the static present in Judge McCook's courtroom. I'm hoping that justice can be served, protecting the public from a former law enforcement officer that has a diminished mental capacity. Him sitting at home with a house full of weapons is a danger to public safety. Please advise on the status of upcoming dates on the docket. A follow-up. It's going to be interesting to see if Judge McCook will put her foot down and protect the public from a corrupt former law enforcement officer with mental health issues sitting at home with weapons, or protect his co-defendants sitting around hoping they can avoid the discovery process in regards to his case. It was standing room only in here last week when Sheriff Spangler was asking you to figure out ways to give him certain amount of monies for his people. But when I was in the courtroom, December 13th last year, not one of his co-defendants was in presence. Not even David Henderson himself was in the courtroom. So the danger is real as far as the public being nervous and skittish when it comes to dealing with law enforcement. Because just this afternoon, Knox County Sheriff's deputy initiated a traffic stop. Somebody fired a weapon at him. And that weapon was fired because they were afraid. They were afraid because whatever happens, when it comes time to go in these courtrooms, things always get manipulated and somebody's life is snatched away from them. To this day, not one word has been said about none of the cases adjudicated in these courtrooms over here, and David Henderson is sitting at home trying to escape justice. So just be aware, everybody is in danger as long as this situation continues to go like it goes when it comes to dealing with the criminal justice system. That's all I got for you today. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Next on our item is other business. Commissioners, we do need to take care of some housekeeping regarding our public hearing and special session to review and approve the fiscal year 24 budget. Right now, we have it set for Monday, June 5th at 5 p.m. in this room for the public hearing with the special session to immediately follow. We do need to vote on that. So all those in favor of that date and time, say aye. Any opposed? That's Monday, June 5th, 5 p.m. in this room. Public hearing will be first, and then the special session to adopt the budget will be immediately following. Commissioner Schoonmaker.
Thank you, Madam Chair. If there is some unusual situation that occurs during the public hearing, do we have an alternate date for a budget approval? Like the following Monday?
We can look into that, sure, but what kind of unusual situation could happen?
Don't know.
Well,
Just plan B.
I think we'll deal with that if it happens. So that is set for Monday, June 5th at 5 p.m. Any other business to come before Commission? Seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn? Motion made by Commissioner Ward with a second by Commissioner Hill. We are adjourned.